So, today we're going to break down a complete systematic blueprint for actually winning on social media. This whole thing is based on the playbook from a creator who built an audience of over 15 million followers. And here's the key. It's not about luck, it's about having a repeatable system.
And this quote right here, this is the core idea. Let's just dive right in. The game has totally changed. It's no longer about having the most polished videos or the most perfect aesthetic photos. The people who are winning right now are the ones with the best strategy running behind the scenes.
So that brings us to our first big idea, this new playbook for creators. We're going to look at why building a solid system is really the only way to break through in what feels like a super oversaturated world.
And this comparison just lays it all out so clearly, right? The old way was this constant chase for that perfect aesthetic vibe, trying to make everything look effortlessly cool and spontaneous. But the new way, the one that's actually getting results, it's all built on systems. It's raw, it's real, and most importantly, it's repeatable.
And honestly, this should be a huge relief for so many people. That pressure to come up with some brand new genius idea every single day, it's gone. Success today is about being a master researcher and a master repurposer. It's about getting really good at finding what already works and then making your own version of it. Okay, so how do we actually do this? That's what this next part is all about, building your content engine. This is the foundation of the whole system. The idea is to do your research first, so when it's time to create, you already have a whole library of proven ideas just waiting for you.
And here's the process. It's a super simple 4-step loop you can do over and over. First, you just search for keywords in your niche on places like TikTok or Instagram. Second, you look for the videos that are obviously going viral, the ones with crazy high engagement. Third, you save them and you categorize them into folders, things like educational, funny, or how-tos. And finally, you analyze why they worked and use that as a template to create your own content.
So you might be thinking, that sounds like a lot of work. Well, how do you speed it all up? The answer is AI. I mean, a single person using AI to analyze viral content or brainstorm hooks, you're basically more powerful than a whole team trying to do it without it. It's all about working smarter, not harder.
All right, so you've got your research engine built, but what about the content itself? What principles should guide what you actually make? Let's get into the 5 unwritten laws for what's working on social media right now.
Okay, here they are, all 5 of them. But let's really zoom in on a couple that represent the biggest mental shifts you need to make as a creator today. Rule number 1 is an absolute game changer. Raw over perfect. Think about it. The world is getting flooded with AI and super polished corporate content. So what are people craving? Real human connection. The videos that are crushing it right now feel authentic and honest. They feel like you're just talking to a friend. And that idea of being real, it ties perfectly into this next rule. Micro-niche creators are the ones winning. Instead of trying to be some generic influencer for everybody, find one specific problem that you can solve for a very specific group of people. That intense focus builds trust and helps you grow way faster. Okay, so we've covered the what, the rules for your content. Now let's pivot to the how. These are the 5 key strategies that will actually drive your growth and help you get some real traction. So here's the whole playbook. They're all super important, but we're going to break down the 2 that are the absolute bedrock of everything else you do. Get these right, and the rest follows. First up is this foundational framework, the transformation triangle. This is so critical. Every single piece of content you post has to clearly answer these 3 questions. Who am I making this for? What specific problem do they have? And what transformation, what result am I promising them? If you can nail this, almost everything else falls into place. And that triangle? It helps you build this one simple but incredibly powerful sentence, your hero statement. I help blank achieve blank. This isn't just for your bio. This is your North Star. It forces you to constantly think about how you can serve your audience. And that, right there, is the ultimate key to growth. And now for the final piece of the puzzle. The part everyone wants to know about. How do you turn all this attention into a real, sustainable business? The key here is you don't wait. You don't wait till you have 10,000 followers. You start thinking about this from day 1.
The strategy is called the funneling method, and the analogy here is just perfect. Think of all your short-form content, your Reels, your TikToks, as a giant sprinkler. Its only job is to spray far and wide and grab mass attention. Your job is to then build a funnel to direct all that attention towards something you can monetize.
So how do you do that? Well, the money basically comes from 2 main places. On one side, you've got external monetization. These are the things you create and you control, like digital products, services, or affiliate marketing. And on the other side, you've got internal monetization, which is revenue from the platforms themselves, like bonuses or ad revenue. The strongest businesses, they do both.
So where do you even start? Look, keep it simple. Seriously, don't overcomplicate it. Just start with 2 things. One free lead magnet, like a simple checklist to build trust, and one low-ticket offer, something between $9 and $29. This simple system gets you in the game immediately, no matter how many followers you have.
And that's really the whole blueprint. From finding ideas, to creating content, to making money, it all comes down to building a system. So the question I'll leave you with is this: what problem could your system solve?